We already talked about The Three Caballeros, which is a direct follow-up to this film, but in all honesty, the strengths and weaknesses of Saludos, Amigos are quite different from those of its counterpart. For one, this movie is a lot more normal, and its greatest sin is probably that it's kind of boring. Not Make Mine music levels of boring, but it's kind of an unremarkable film. Where The Three Caballeros was full of life, maybe a little too much life, maybe even the kind of life that will create new life, this film is a lot more laid back. The story behind this movie is that the US government paid Disney to take a trip to Latin America and then make a film about it. The idea behind this was to improve relations between Americans and their friends to the South. This film puts education as its first priority. That's not to say that it's never entertaining, but it primarily exists to teach Americans about Latin America. And when I say teach Americans about Latin America, I more so mean present an Americanized view of Latin America that is, to a large extent, informed by pre-existing stereotypes. Now, I don't think this film was made with any ill intent in mind. In fact, it seems like it was made out of a genuine desire to depict Latin America in a positive light.
The mosaic sidewalks that are found all over Rio. These designs are a tribute to patience and artistry, preserving a Brazilian tradition.
It just feels, unsurprisingly, like a product of its time. One thing about this film that stands out from any other on this list is that it directly breaks the fourth wall at points. And I'm not just talking about meta jokes here and there like Ralph Breaks the Internet, but rather the animators pausing the film to talk candidly with the audience about their trip and the process of creating the very film you're watching.
Artists, musicians, and writers setting out for a trip through Latin America to find new personalities, music, and dances for their cartoon films. This is what can happen to a big city when a crowd of cartoonists are turned loose. Among the sketches was a promising actor, O Papagayo. With the help of the wardrobe department, he becomes Joe Carioca.
It's like the movie is intertwined with its own behind-the-scenes DVD extras. It makes for an interesting watch when compared with other Disney films, to say the least. The film consists of 4 shorts, which all kind of flow into each other, which helps make the film feel more like a cohesive whole. But like Melody Time, they feel a touch disjointed. The theme that supposedly holds this film's 4 shorts together is that they're all about Latin American culture, but as previously mentioned, this amounts to little more than stereotypes, and it doesn't feel like the film actually has a real through line. In all honesty, this film comes off like a budget Disney film, likely because it was. World War II was raging and the ongoing Disney strike had crippled the studio. The result is a film that is not only remarkably unambitious, but also shorter than any other Disney film ever, clocking in at less than an hour of runtime. I don't even consider the shortness of this movie to be a bad thing. It was certainly easy to get through and didn't feel like a burden in the way that some other movies did. However, this movie offers little besides a fallacious depiction of South America and some exceptionally unexciting shorts.
The highlight of this film is Goofy smoking. Goofy is confirmed as a smoker, and Disney can't go back on that no matter how many times they try to censor this film to remove it. Stop trying to hide the truth.
You know that video you just watched? Well, guess what? It was actually a snippet from a larger video that you can watch here, if you have the time. I mean, I guess it's up to you. I would recommend you watch it, but you know, it's your call. I mean, I don't have time to wait on you anyways. I got birds to feed. But please watch it.